What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Pokebex here, and in today's video I'm going to talk you through the grading process. So I want to get one of my cards graded, and I thought it might be a cool video to kind of bring you guys along the journey, maybe look a little bit about the card and its value in its different PSA grades, and yeah, just kind of talk a little bit about that. So I'm actually only going to be grading one card this time round. I mean, I've only graded like I think 3 cards through PSA since kind of collecting, and I actually managed to pull the Magikarp from Paldea Evolved. Funnily enough, I actually pulled this on the plane. I bought a tin when I was in the airport in the WH Smiths, and I just so happened to pull a tin that had the Magikarp in it, and I think it's really good condition. It does look like it could potentially be a PSA 10, which is kind of exciting, which is why I plan on getting it graded. Because I live in the UK, it's quite hard, I find, to get cards graded at PSA, so I generally tend to submit my cards through the Subcentre because I feel like they're quite reliable, and you know, I've used them before a couple of times and usually it's alright, and it feels quite, you know, safe that your cards are there and with them. To be fair though, this is the first time that I'm going to be using their, I think their service that is like of higher value, because I think when you grade cards you have to like pick the service based on what the card value will be once it's graded. It's a bit of a mouthful, that one, so I'm kind of going in hoping that this is going to come back a PSA 10. So I'm going to be paying £60 to send this off. That doesn't include postage and packaging. You pay that on top, which I think is £10 for them to send it to you next day once it's returned to the Subcentre, and then I will need to pay for postage to send the card to the Subcentre so that they have my order. But yeah, let's kind of get into it. I think it would be really interesting if we kind of have a look at the card and I guess the value and the trends and kind of what's going on. So I'm gonna show you on eBay and pricing chart, just so you guys can kind of get an idea of, hopefully, you know, if I do get a PSA 10 or even a PSA 9, what the value of the card will be. I quite like watching these types of videos, so I thought it would be really interesting if I would do that with you guys. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, and we are on pricing chart right now, looking at the Magikarp from Paldea Evolved. All you need to do on this website, I think it's quite a good website, is you can type in the Pokemon card that you're looking for, and it comes up with this, and it shows you I guess the value of the card, kind of based on it being ungraded, graded, and it also shows you some eBay listings, which is always really helpful. I generally tend to like to look on this and actually on eBay, which we will do after this, just to kind of see if, you know, the prices and stuff match up, because I always find it a bit more useful when you look at a couple of sources. I think when you come onto this website anyway, it generally puts it in dollars, but you can change it to Great British pounds up here, and then it's a little bit clearer because I'm terrible at converting dollars to pounds. But yeah, let's kind of have a little look. So the card at the moment ungraded is around £140, which works out about $190, and in a PSA 10 is currently $2,100, which is about 1,500 Great British pounds, which is really awesome because, you know, I think the card that I've got is a PSA 10. Well, I hope it's a PSA 10. We will see. It all kind of depends, because I feel like the front is really good. I think it falls within the 45-55 kind of centering. It is slightly off, but I think it falls within that category. I'm a little bit more worried about the back, because the back is slightly more off center, but I'm hoping that again it falls within that. I think it's 75-25 for the back for a PSA 10, so I'm hoping, like, fingers crossed, that it will be that. You can see here the difference between a PSA 10 and a PSA 9. I mean, a PSA 9 does drop the value quite a lot. It's about 180 Great British pounds, which still isn't too bad considering I only paid £25 for the tin. I bought it at the airport, so you can't complain really. I mean, I'm probably going to add this to my collection, my personal collection, because I want to start collecting some more graded cards. I think at the moment I've got about 3 graded cards, so yeah, I'll be excited to get this one in my collection and hopefully my first PSA 10, but we will see. So let's have a little look on eBay at some of the most recent sales for the cards. So you can see on eBay that a PSA 9 is going for around £170 to £200. They all generally tend to kind of go between the 170 to 200 mark. I mean, there's a couple that go over the 200 mark, but I don't know, maybe they were just having a lucky day, but it seems to be quite average around 170 to 200, so I think that's pretty decent. And then PSA 10 is about, I mean, again, this one kind of fluctuates in price. See, the most recent sale, this one went for 1,200, but other sales that were quite recent were, 19, 16, 12, so it's kind of like a variation, but I feel like it generally varies between 1,200 and 1,800, which is really nice. So yeah, I'm kind of hoping that the card is going to be that, but we'll just have to wait and see. And hope for the best, really. I also thought it would be quite cool to show you guys kind of the process of me submitting my card through the Subcentre. So the Subcentre is who I'm going to be using to grade my card for PSA. I am going to use these just because it's very hard. Like I said before, it's very hard to grade in the UK, and I feel like you have to spend so much money on postage and packaging if you want to do it directly through PSA. So I feel like the Subcentre is a really good middleman to do this. So if you want to submit a card, obviously they do submit to other grading companies, but for this video I'm submitting my card to PSA. And it comes up with loads of different options, so you can just pick whatever option is most relevant to the card that you're sending off. I am going to be using the regular service. Actually, to be fair, I have already done this, but annoyingly when I edited the video, the audio was really weird, so I'm just re-recording it. So I have already submitted it to PSA. I did use this, but I am slightly worried that I may have used the wrong service, because I think if the card comes back in a PSA 10, I think it goes over the £1,500 mark, but I'm just gonna wait and see, and if the Subcentre upcharge me, that's completely fine, it'll be worth it. But yeah, we will see. The thing I like about this is it tells you how long it generally takes for your card to come back. I mean, I'm quite excited about using this service because it does say the estimated turnaround is 10 business days. I've only ever used the value service, and the turnaround is 65 business days, so I've had to wait like a few months to get the card back. I mean, it's usually around 3 months, so it's quite a long wait. So hopefully by doing this service it'll be a bit quicker and I'll get the card back sooner. Obviously, once you pick your service, you just press get started, and then you just have to answer a few questions. Hopefully you already have some semi-rigid card holders. If you do, just put the card in there, and then you don't have to pay for it. Otherwise you can send it in like a hard sleeve, and I think they just swap it into a semi-rigid for you. I'm not really sure what this holder removal service is, but last time I did it I didn't need to do that and there was no issues. You can add a submission list if you want to. You can get the card kind of cleaned and stuff through the Subcentre before you send the card off, which is pretty cool, but I'm not going to use this service because I did already kind of wipe my card down that I had with a microfiber cloth, which is okay. So yeah, and then once you do this, you add to cart and then put all your information in and it should all be good. Okay, and then once you've done that, you package up your card in the way that they want you to do it. They want you to just put it inside a cardboard just to protect it, wrap it with rubber bands, and then put it in a parcel and send it to them. So I've done that already. I've posted it in the post box earlier, and fingers crossed, it gets there in time, because I believe the Subcentre are sending off their PSA submissions in like 5 or 6 days. And I did pay for 24 hours postage on the parcel to send to them, because I do not live anywhere near the Subcentre. I kind of live at the bottom of England, and I think they're up north somewhere, or not up north, but up that way. So hopefully it will get to them before them, and they can send it during that submission. But yeah, I'm hoping that, you know, the next part of the video will be me opening the card, because it has returned. Today is the 24th of June. It is 4:30. Well, it's almost 4:30 on the 24th of June. So I will come back once I've got my submission, and we'll reveal the grade together. Okay guys, we have officially just got back our submission. Today is, what's the date today? It is the 12th of July, and the Magikarp is back. So we are going to open it, as I'm sure you guys have been waiting, and I have, and I've been so excited, so I can't wait to open it and show you guys. I thought it would be really interesting first, just to kind of give you guys a little bit of like context to how long it actually took, because I know I showed you guys in the start of the video kind of the process of me submitting the PSA card. So I thought it'd be really cool just to give you guys like an update on how, like, what happened at each stage, and like the dates and stuff before we open it. But I will go through it really quick, just so that we can get into the opening, because I'm very excited. I can't wait to see what grade we got. But yeah, so I sent the parcel to the Subcentre, because I did it through the Subcentre on the 24th of June. The Subcentre received my order on the 25th of June, which I think was like 4 days before their actual PSA submission deadline that they had. It got sent to PSA, so it was en route to PSA on the 2nd of July. It arrived at PSA on the 3rd of July. And then once it had arrived at PSA, it went into research and ID on the 7th of July. So what, it was like 4 or 5 days after it actually arrived. And then it also went into grading on the 7th as well. So yeah, it did 2 stages in 1 day, which is really cool. Yeah, it went into assembly on the 8th, quality checks on the 9th, and then it was returned to the Subcentre, I believe, on the 11th, which was obviously yesterday, and then it got delivered nice and early this morning, about 9 o'clock this morning, so you can't fault them for a speedy next day delivery. So yeah, I thought it was really cool. This is the first time I used the more expensive PSA service, which was £60. I didn't get upcharged, so I don't know whether that means I got a 9 or a 10, or, you know, it could be less, who knows. But yeah, before we get into it, guys, comment down below what you think the Magikarp is. Do you think I got a PSA 10? Do you think I got a 9? Or do you think I got less? But yeah, without further ado, let's open this grade. Okay, we have the parcel here, and we're going to open it right now and see what we got. I'm very nervous opening it up. Let's see what we got. Ooh. Okay, very cool. So yeah, if you guys want to submit from the UK, highly recommend going to Subcentre, because they're really great. I've never had any issues with them, and I really recommend it. This isn't sponsored by them or anything like that. I'm just putting it out there. I find it's the easiest way to submit cards in the UK. So yeah, let's get into it. Oh, we love these things. Okay, interesting. Here it is. I don't know what side it is. Let's put that on the floor. Okay, so I don't want to see. Okay, maybe if I use this at the top, guys, just so that we can cover it, so that we don't see anything. I'm nervous. Right, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Let's close the eyes so you guys don't see. Okay, here we go. Right, it's backwards, so let's see if we can try and get it out whilst it's backwards, because we don't want to see. Okay. This is the moment. Where is it? It would be this side. So turn it over. Here it is, the Magikarp. Oh guys, I'm so nervous. What do we think it's gonna be? Here we go. Do we reveal in 3, 2, 1? Oh, it's a 9. Okay, I'll take that. I'm so excited, guys. That's not too bad. I think possibly it was the back that, you know, maybe set it aside from a 10. because it's slightly off center, as you can see. But you know what, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad. I'm still hoping one day I will submit a card and I'll get a PSA 10. So far I've only submitted cards and got a PSA 9, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. That's pretty cool. It's an amazing card to add to the PC. So yeah, it's pretty cool, guys. Oh, I'm so excited. How amazing. Such a stunning card though, you can't deny it. It's just wonderful. So good. I wonder why it got a 9. I do think it's the off center, but that's okay. We'll take a 9. Stunning. It looks like they've changed their slabs as well a little bit. They feel slightly different, but yeah, very happy, guys. Okay guys, that is it for the video. I really hope that you liked this kind of content. I thought it was really cool just to kind of show you guys the process of me submitting a card to PSA through the Subcentre. But yeah, we got our 9, so we're very happy. We're adding that to the PC. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I really hope you liked it. If you did, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.